Hi everyone, and welcome to another Office Hours Live. So my name's Kevin, and with me, as always, I've got the team of Rakesh, David, and Alice. Hi guys.
Hi.
So if you're watching this live, you're in our Facebook group. So welcome to the new Zenler Facebook community. Every week we run Office Hours Live, where we go through a number of things with you. So we'll go through the changelog. So we'll walk you through any of the updates that you need to be made aware of that have happened over the last week or so, and anything that might be coming up quite soon. We also have our EdCo slot this week. So we're going to show you through some of the resources we've built for you so you can make the very most of using the new Zenler platform for what you want to achieve online. And we have our feature focus section. So we'll pick something out of the new Zenler platform that you may or may not have used. You might not have been aware that it even exists. And we'll just show you how that can work for you within what you're doing in new Zenler. And of course, we will take your questions live. So if you've been with us for an hour or a year or 2 years, then please do feel to say where you're from. So as always, hashtag live and what country you're watching from. And if you've got any questions, type them in. We'll always come to the questions at the end of towards the end of the show. They normally last about half an hour or so. So please be patient with us and we will answer every question that comes in. So to start this week's show off, I'm going to hand over, as always, to Rakesh. And Rakesh, I'm going to ask you to go through this week's changelog, please.
Cool. Thanks, Kevin. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, everyone, and thanks for joining us on Office Hours Live. You can ask us anything, and we'll try our best to answer whatever we can on the live. And if we cannot answer anything, we'll always come back with an answer. We usually start off the show by going to the changelog and show you all the features that we ship for the previous week. Now, some week we got loads of changes, and some weeks none, as it really depends on when these fixes get signed off by QA and when these features get rolled out. Our current sprints are focused on fine-tuning what we have, and a lot of work is going on behind the scenes on the stability and robustness of the platform. So this week, not much from the changelog side, but I can just surely touch upon a few things that is coming up pretty soon. I know a lot of people have been asking for ages to increase the file upload size. We are working on it. We are planning on doubling up the file upload size for videos and everything. Basically any files that you upload on the platform, we are working on increasing and doubling up the upload size from 1 gig to 2 gig. That's a big change. So we would still advise you to run it past Handbrake, but always there are cases where things go just beyond 1 gig, and then you have to again, rerun it in Handbrake and so on to further bring it down. So we want to address that. So we are working on doubling up file upload sizes from 1 gig to 2 gig. I don't have a exact date when this will go live, but this is coming up pretty soon. And also we are also working on adding live class lesson type inside courses. So your students can attend live classes right inside your course player without needing registration and so on. You can go live to students, and it will stream right into the course player. And also we are working on pricing for live classes and webinars. So once that is out, you will be able to sell live classes and webinars. And major work that is also happening right now is the new page builder, the page builder revamp. We are rebuilding page builder from ground up with themes and basically to increase this page load speeds, and also to improve the page editor capability so that everything will be based on themes and so on. So that is a bigger chunk of work that we are working on right now. Again, no dates on when that will be out, but we are working towards that. And also quite a lot of secret stuff that we can't really reveal right now, but quite a lot of stuff is coming up. I think that's it from the Changelog side. Back to Kevin.
Thanks, Rakesh. So as you can hear, there's a lot going on, and the team here at Zenler, I mean, you often see from the four of us, we're sort of the ones that come into the community. We run a lot of the training and the support side of that things, but we have a big team behind the scenes that are constantly working for you to develop extra bits into the platform. To, you might ask for something and you may not get an immediate response, but that doesn't mean we don't hear you. Often we're looking, we're listening, we're questioning. When we meet people on workshops, we ask what they're looking for. So we're constantly developing a platform that's hopefully going to be your go-to platform forever for what you're trying to achieve online. And the guys behind the scenes, the guys and girls behind the scenes that are doing the tech stuff, work relentlessly day in, day out to make sure this platform gives not only you as our customers the very best service possible, but also your customers. So when you have students come in, it really reflects positively on you as a course provider. So it always gives me great pleasure when I hear about what they've done, and it's not always about new features, it's not always about adding into the platform. A lot of the time it is about making sure it's stable, reliable, professional. It does the job that it's there to do. And at its core, as we've said this week, it is a learning management system. It is a place to deliver digital courses and assets. And although it is now an all-in-one platform, and we do have funnels, we do have blogs, we can create a website out of this, the core of it is making sure that our students and the people paying us to come into your platform get a really great experience, and our team there work relentlessly to deliver that for you day in, day out. So please remember, Davey's going to go through the Edco slot in a minute, and normally I'd go through some of these bits, but I'm going to let him do the whole lot today. I haven't told him that yet, but you will see under the announcements tab in Facebook that there is a feature request area. So if there is a feature that you want to be added, then you can always tag it onto that list. And that does mean that we will take note. So on that note, I'm going to hand over to David. He's going to walk you through the digital asset, the trainings that we have for you. So you come into New Zenler and you look at the platform and you go, wow, there's loads going on here. This is the areas we've created for you free of charge, so you can learn, understand and develop your New Zenler area in the way that you want it for your business. And David, I'm going to hand over to you now just to show everybody what those areas are and how they can access them. So David, Edco slot, please.
Thank you, Kevin. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Fabulous. All right. So we're going to start with our main training hub. This is tutorials.newzenler.com. So if you guys haven't been in here before, then you need to get here and you need to sign up for the NZ Masterclass bundle, which is this here. This gives you access to lots of courses and is also the starting point for you to learn the Zenler platform. Now, also on this page, we also have the latest live events that are going on. So these are kind of all our lives that we're doing. Most of the ones that go regularly are on this page. So you can see office hours in there. We do lives on Sunday. We've got live builds streamed straight into the Facebook group. And we also have a day with Zenler as well, streamed straight into the Facebook group. So you are watching this on Facebook. So here's our Facebook group. It's definitely worth you going into the events tab and just checking out what events are going on, because we post in there, and then Kevin uses that a lot for things like Zen chat and stuff. So you want to definitely go in here and just click going to that, and you can go in there. We also have announcements in here as well. So the announcement tab, that also gives you stuff that we're doing as well. So these are ways that we're keeping in touch with you so you know what's going on. So jumping back to tutorials.newzenler.com, once you're actually signed in, you're going to get access to all of this training in here. So if you go into, and this is the most important, the rest you can just look through at your leisure. But the most important place to go as a new user is into the Learn Zenler zone. And inside here, we have this quick start guide. Now, you should definitely take this before anything else. And also at the same time, download this free PDF, and all of our trainings absolutely free. And this is a PDF that will let you check off things that you need to do with your site. So this isn't really a course, it's just a check sheet. But the actual course here, the quick start guide, should take you around about 3 to 4 hours. You know, if you're taking it really slow, 5 hours. And we create a site. So you learn how to create a site, how to create your first course. And after that point, you'll have a really good grounding to move on and just pick out key subjects from the Complete Guide to Zenler. Now, Complete Guide to Zenler is an encyclopedia of what you can do with the platform, and it's a lot. So you need to just cherry pick the things you need out of that. That's how we sort of see that working. I know some of you have worked through it all, so kudos for working through the whole thing, but it is massive. So this is where you need to go for this. And you'll also see on the homepage, tutorials.newzenler.com, that you do have things like the feature list. So you see how your free plan, pro and premium, you see all the things that you get using the pro and premium packages against the free version. And we also give a feature stack up against the some of the competition. So this is the place to be. This is where you need to go. We're going to move on now to the YouTube channel. So we always say, subscribe, hit the bell icon inside our YouTube channel. This is youtube.com/c/Zenler. And inside here, there's videos that do not go anywhere else. Like Kevin does all his amazing pro interviews and they go in here. They don't go anywhere else. Whenever he puts a new one on, like this office hours will go on there, and any Ask Zenlers we do, any Facebook help questions we put into here as well. So if you want to know and stay up to date with the latest things that are going on, you want to hit this subscribe and bell icon. That way you'll get notified when we post a new video. Now, the other great thing about the YouTube channel is that whenever a new feature release comes out, this is where it pops up first. Okay, so you get instant notification. You can go in there and you can see the new features that are coming. And we do a lot of new features. Okay, so in here, we've got our Zenlers. We also have some testimonials to see what people think about the platform. These are users of the platform on the paid plans. We have our pro interviews, which I talked about. Zenler FBH, which is Facebook help. We have a day with Zenler. This is where we stream live. The whole team gets involved. They have little slots that they do. And, you know, it's a really good day. So we spend that 6 hours we're on there for, and we're doing lots and lots of different things. And we have good fun with it. The team have good fun with this, and we get people on as well. So it's all good. So next we have live workshops. Down here, we have the office hours. We have live builds where we take someone's site and we tell them how they can make it look better. So that is our training resources for Zenler. Now, it might seem overwhelming, but just start with tutorials.newzenler.com and just start that quick start guide. That will set you on the journey towards being a Zenler guru. Okay, back to you, Kevin.
Lovely. Thanks, David. Appreciate that. So for those of you in the Facebook group, you may have only just been able to join us. There was a bit of a delay in the stream going live into Facebook, but hopefully you're here now. You're going to have to watch the replay afterwards to see what you've missed right at the beginning of office hours, but we're here now live. So if you do have any questions, please do put them in the chat. That would be absolutely brilliant, and we'll come to those towards the end. We normally aim for about half an hour, 40 minutes on office hours, so there's plenty of time for you to get your questions in. Now, one thing I do like to remember, and every week it reminds me, because every week I still see people making this mistake within the Facebook group. We have an awesome Facebook community. There's lots of support going on. There's lots of people helping each other, and all of these things are happening. However, every week and they're putting in support reminders in the Facebook group, and you will not get an answer in the Facebook group. The support agents that work for Zenler do not monitor it. They will not watch it, and you won't get the appropriate reply. We have a very set process for support requests, and that's only via email. So support@zenler.com. What you need to do is take a video recording of what your issue is. So it could be something that's happening on your computer, your browser, your internet speed. There's so many variables, it's unbelievable, which is why we ask for you to do a video recording, so we don't have to try and recreate that problem to solve it. That's the process they have to go through. So if you can do a video recording, email into support@zenler.com. What will happen within about a minute, you'll get an email back with a ticket number. And that means that they've received your request and it's gone into the queue to be dealt with. It is a queued system. There isn't a hierarchy within that. You just get put into the queue and it gets dealt with in the order that it comes in. So going into the Facebook group is brilliant if you want opinions, If you're looking for other bits and pieces, it's really not the place to look for technical support from the Zenler team, because you'll unfortunately be disappointed on that one. Please use email. It sometimes, depending on what's going on, and it's completely out of our control, sometimes we have busier times than others. But what I can guarantee is once that ticket number comes back to you, we've received that request, it's in the queue, and it will get dealt with. So please, as frustrating as it may be for you, because we all want an answer yesterday, we're used to a very rapid response lifestyle, but good things come to those who wait. And therefore, we have to just be a little bit patient with the team and just let them deal with it in the best way that they can when they get the opportunity to do so. So please bear that in mind. Now, I'm waiting for you all to put your questions in, because I can see you've put a whole amount of 0 in right now. I blame that on Facebook for being so rubbish at not putting our stream straight into the group. So whilst you're thinking of your questions, and please don't be worried if it's what you deem to be a newbie question or a silly question. It really doesn't matter. That's why we're here. We want to help you deal with whatever it is that you're looking for an answer for. We want to help guide you on that front. So please do just type it in. We're more than happy whilst we're here to answer these. So whilst you're thinking about your questions, and I know because there's now quite a few of you on, there's going to be loads, I'm going to hand over to Alice. And Alice, for the first time, is going to take over the feature focus slot. Now, this is one of my favorite slots because it focuses on one particular area of the new Zenler platform that you may not be familiar with. It may be something, you know, David's done a whole number of them on different things that have been really, really useful. But it might be something you've overlooked, something you've not yet explored. And we can go through this in a few minutes just to show you, actually, this is how you could be using this, and it could help you with developing your new Zenler site. So Alice, over to you for feature focus for this week, please.
Thank you very much, Kevin. And thank you, David, for turning over your slot to me for the day. I feel very honored for that. Today, I am going to feature focus communities and show you the difference between a site community and a community that's attached to a course or a bundle, and some of the different features involved there. With communities, a couple weeks back, we had Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp were all down. People were sort of losing their minds, didn't have access to their communities. And so having that ability to have your own community in Zenler allows you to sort of diversify how you connect with people, with your students and with your clients. And so one of the key things that you want to do to make sure that you are ready for when something like that happens is get familiar with communities now. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you and show you, let's see, which one do I want to be in? This one, share, that's going to pop up my Zoom. We don't need that. So, okay, so here we are inside of the Zenler dashboard. We're under the communities tab here, which is where you can create a community if you haven't already. You can see I have a couple down here. If you want to add a community in true Zenler fashion, it is a couple of clicks of a button. It's very easy and intuitive to do. So click add community. You have a couple of options to add an icon, a cover photo, you name your community, add a description, and then you have this option down here to make this community for your site or for a course or bundle plan. Once you add that information and click add, you've created your first community. It's that simple. So now, once you've created a community, you have this view here where you can see your members and your posts. You can sort this as well. So lots of little information there for you. You have a breakdown of how many members are in this community. If you click that, it'll give you a breakdown of who's in that community. And then you can get a breakdown of who's in a different community clicking there. You can edit or delete your communities here. And when you edit your community, you can edit all of the things about your community. You can edit your icon, your cover photo, the name, the description. You can even decide to change from site or course bundle plan, and then click update, and you have officially updated your community. So now let's talk about the difference between a site community and a bundle community. There's one thing that both of these have in common, and that is you need to be a registered user on the site to access. So here's the homepage here of this demo site, and you can see I have the community tab here. However, if I come over here and share this incognito window, you can see I'm not signed in and the community tab is not there anymore. So in order for someone to access a community, they would have to be logged in. A great way to have people have access to a community that's attached to your site and not just a course is when they come in and maybe register for a download or get free access to something and register on your site, then they will have access to your community. And let me just switch my screen back. Okay, so now I'm logged in. And when I click on community, yeah, you can see I'm logged in. And as the admin, I have access to all of the communities that are here. So A-Town is a site community. And inside of the site community, you can add photos, you can put a link to a video, and you can add a link or a download in there somehow as well. So you can see I posted in one of David's most recent YouTube videos there. So this is just a way that you can engage with the people on your site. It's a really great way to continue to bring people who maybe are not clients or students back to your site to engage, because this community right here, they have access to your blog, to your courses, to everything that's going on because it's on your site versus over on social media somewhere. Okay, now for the difference between the site and a course bundle. So on the course bundle, the first thing, the first thing you're going to see is that how you give someone access to that is within the pricing of your course. So we're under courses. I've clicked into this is a membership, right? And I've clicked into the pricing. So under pricing, you have an option to assign a community. So that is how you're going to assign that a community is very specific for courses. You could assign each of those courses a different community. That might be a little much to manage. I recommend, having one community for the people that come in as actual buyers. So that's where you will set that up right there under the pricing area. Now, once you do that for a membership or a course, you get some really cool features inside of your community. And here we are just inside of the Z-Town community. And you have the same options here to post photos and videos and attachments of some kind. And you can also comment and reply to things here. But now all of a sudden, you have this other option for discussions. Those discussions are connected directly to your course program. So you do have to enable those. I will show you that in a minute. But when you do that, each lesson, you can see here when you click in discussion, you can see all of the discussion that's happening inside of your course or membership. You can filter that, for example, if you want to sort just through member FAQ section, any questions people are asking or comments they have are right there in that area. And this also brings up kind of an interesting point to make is these are all the names of the lessons inside the course or membership that you've set up. And you can see here that action steps, they're related to different modules inside of that program. However, you don't know which one in this list. So naming your modules, lesson 1, module 1, lesson 2 from module 1, it could get confusing. So if you want to use this community discussion feature, it's better to name each of your lessons something a bit unique so you know which one people are asking questions on and can sort through those for yourself. Right? So you can sort through them. So let's come back over into the course and go to our curriculum. And when we click on any of the lessons, you will see this enable discussion feature. So you have to click that on or off for each lesson. So for example, if you wanted to set up a membership or a course program and you only wanted discussion enabled in that first lesson, if we click to the next lesson, you'll see there's an option here. You can uncheck it for individual lessons and just allow it for specific lessons. So that you can control a little bit more what people are commenting on here. So course, bundle, or go back to the main feed, or a site community. And that is my feature focus for today. Let's see.
Fantastic. Thanks, Alice. And it's one of the things that I often talk about within, well, whenever I really get the chance, because I see the community area in New Zenler as a really, really underused but most valuable part of this platform. Most people want to have a Facebook group associated with their course for many different reasons, but unfortunately it means taking them away from your area into Facebook. They then get distracted because a message will ping up, or they'll start having a conversation with someone else about something else, and it takes their eye off of what they're really there to do, which is to focus on the content of your trainings. In our community areas that we have ourselves, yeah, there's not quite as many features in there right now as what Facebook have. However, they're there because they want to know more about what they're learning within your courses, so their focus is wholly and solely on that particular thing and you and your business, and therefore you have their attention. And to me, that is one of the hardest things you ever have to work towards whenever you do anything online, is getting people's attention. So I see it as a really big plus, the way that the communities are structured right now. I think they're vastly underused. One thing that Alice, we didn't quite touch on because we ran out of time for that, was also when, as an admin, you put an update in a community, you can actually email everyone and say, hey, I've just put this update out. So there's often the question of, well, how do I let people know what's going on? There's no push notifications, whatever. Well, you can, as an admin, email people. Now, you don't want to do it every time because it'll be annoying, but there is that function there to do it, to re-engage people, to get them to come back. But ultimately, if what you have in your community is of value, people will return. It's as very simple as that. So think about how that might work in your business, in what you're doing online, whether that's something that you want to do to create a more conversational environment rather than just, here's my training, off you go, and I'm just teaching you. This actually starts to build much more of a community feel to your whole thing online. And what happens when we get more of a community? We get more sales. It's that simple. So it's a really good tool for you to build upon what you've already started as a foundation.
Yeah, and just a top tip really quick with the community feature for a site, to grow sort of like that free community the way that you would on Facebook, is whenever someone does register on your site or download your freebie, make sure that you add a note in that confirmation email or follow-up email that says, hey, you now have access to this community, and link back to it so that you can pull people back to your site. And just make sure that in that community, you already have something like a video or something really of value to those people that'll make them say, oh, this is a nice little community. So just a little tip.
Perfect. Thanks, Alice. Right, okay. Questions have been really, really slow today. I'm very disappointed with all of you. Thousands of members and not one question. So that obviously means everybody knows everything about New Zenler. So we've done our job. I'm really, really happy. Well done, team. We've achieved our objective. But seriously, if you do want to put a question on and you're watching the replay, then by all means, do put a comment in here. Oh, Sonia's said something excellent. I've just seen it pop up. If you are watching the replay and you've got a question for us, do put it in. We have had a little bit of a delay with Facebook today. It's not quite played nicely with us, so that may well be the reason. But we will come back on the replay and answer questions that do come in. But Sonia, I am so pleased that you've taken the time to put a question in today. So we're going to come straight onto that before we finish up with office hours today. So Sonia's question is, hi, email question. Is there any plan to allow you to track email activity of each subscriber, e.g. the subscriber opened this email, for example?
Hey, Sonia. Yeah, I think Sonia wants to know if you click on a particular person's profile, can you see a live stream, live activity stream? I think that's what she's after. I don't think currently, we show live activity stream for a particular subscriber, but this definitely it's definitely on our list. Yes, currently you would have to go through the automations to find out whether someone has opened an email or not. But we would be adding live stream, live activity stream onto the person's profile as well.
Yeah, we can also, another note of that, if you do your email broadcast, you can filter it, you can do the detailed view on it, and you can see if it's been delivered, opened, clicked, not opened, not clicked, unsubscribed, or bounced. So we have those general ones in there. And as Rakesh said, we're always building these things and making it better for you guys.
Yeah, and it's really important to be able to track stuff. If you're really curious as to how engaged your email subscribers are, then stick a link in there and get them to go somewhere else and do something else. Get them to reply to you and comment, ask for feedback, say hit reply and whatever. Get them to do something that will indicate they've opened it and took an action. So that will help you understand actually just how engaged your email people are as well. Stats are great. They're only 95% accurate on any platform you ever go to. They're never 100% ever, even in the most complex system that you will ever find. So, but what is absolutely 100% true is when somebody replies to an email, they've replied. When they've clicked a link and signed up for something, they've clicked a link and signed up for something. That cannot be, there's no discretion in that. It is what it is. So maybe think about actually when you send your emails out, what is it you want? Ask them to do something rather than just broadcast and let me watch the numbers open, because that's a lovely thing to feel. But actually, does it serve your purpose best in what you're trying to achieve? Get them to do something and just work out what that might be. And that might help in the interim. So Sonia's saying, thanks. Finally digging into New Zenler. Got it in February. Very pleased. Sonia, have you been on, if you're pro or premium user, have you been on to the onboarding sessions yet? If you're only just finally getting involved in that, you would be a prime candidate to get on with Alice, which she's running these sessions each week. And she can run through some of this stuff with you if you're a pro or premium user. We'll come to that in 1 second and show you exactly how you can do that. So perfect. Right. Okay. We're going to wrap up now because we're now just after half an hour. So that's what we aim for on office hours. It's been fantastic for the people that have come along and managed to find us eventually. So thank you so much for coming along. Let's do a quick round the room just to see if we've missed anything or forgot anything. David, any reminders or anything coming up for you for the next week or so, please?
No Sunday live. I'm actually away next week, so I won't be. I might pop up on Wednesday, but if I do pop up, I'll be in Wales, so that'll be interesting. So we'll see how that goes. But no, there's nothing on. There's lots of new videos have gone onto the YouTube channel. Check one out. It's just been uploaded just like 10 minutes before office hours, and it's all about creating survey or funnel using pages, not funnel, not marketing funnels, but using pages in Zenler. The video is like a full workshop. It's 40 minutes long. So definitely check that out. It's in our YouTube channel, and just go down to the Ask Zenler. It's the first video in there.
Perfect. Thanks, David. Rakesh, anything for you for this week?
Nothing else from my side.
Alice, anything you'd like to mention for the upcoming week? Oh, let's share the screen, shall we?
So yes, we have this week coming up. Tomorrow we have the introduction to Zenler webinar. So if you are a new beta member, if you're testing out the platform, the introduction to Zenler webinar is a really great opportunity to get an overview look and a tour of the system and all of the features that the system offers. And that is tomorrow at 11 or 9:30 in EST in the morning. And we just had a time change, so I'm not sure. Some people time change and some don't. So, but that is on webinars.newzenler.com, and you can do the introduction to New Zenler webinar. And next week on Tuesday, if you are a new pro or premium user, we do have an onboarding webinar where we walk you through some of your first steps getting started with the platform as a pro premium user, and you can register for that. And if you have any questions about any of that, you can just email me at alice@zenler.com. And that's
perfect.
it.
Just to clarify for Sonia, because I think that she slightly misunderstood what a pro user is. So we have 3 levels of access to New Zenler. So we allow people to have a free account. So that means you don't pay for it, but you get access to some of the basic functions. Then we have 2 levels of paid accounts with New Zenler. So the pro account, which allows you to have up to 3 sites and all of the features, and a premium account, which allows you 10 sites and extra resources there as well. So when we say pro or premium, it's not pro as in I'm a professional using New Zenler. It's pro as in that's a level of account, Sonia. So if you pay for New Zenler, you'll be very, very welcome to come on to one of the onboarding sessions with Alice. So just to clear that up. Now, for me, just to finish off, ZenChat registration is open for the next ZenChat. Do come along to that. I'm setting a community up for that. So for those of you that have been before, you'll be added into that community. So look out for that so you can carry on your networking going outside of the actual live event itself. I'm also going to be opening up the Launch Your First Course Challenge again live. So I'm going to be running that live. Those of you that have been on it before will know just how awesome this is. The whole purpose of this is to get a course finished out and up for sale within a sort of 10-day period. And I'll do it live with you every step of the way. So look out for that. The registration page is going to be coming up real soon for that. I've run these now 4 times. Every time they've been hugely successful, and people that have been stuck creating and launching their courses have really overcome a lot of hurdles with this. It's not easy, but then it never is, but it won't break you, but it will push you. And that's what I need to make people feel slightly uncomfortable, just to move you forward, to be visible enough to put that first course out. I've done this for a long time, so you're safe with me. So again, this is all free. And I will reiterate this, everything that we're saying here in all the training, the workshops, the ZenChat, the onboardings, the webinars, all of these things are resources that we're making available to you free of charge, because we want you to succeed in doing what you're doing with your New Zenler platform. So please do take advantage of what's there for you. Last reminder for me is office hours. So obviously we're 5 p.m. We're back to GMT now. So we've come out of British summertime. We're now in GMT. 5 p.m. GMT is today's time for office hours. We do alternate every week because we try and capture as many people around the world live within a 2-week period as we possibly can. So next week it's 10 a.m. GMT. So please do look in the events tab, click that you're going so you get a reminder of when it is. And hopefully, fingers crossed, Facebook plays nicely next week and it will stream us in when we should be streamed in, rather than us having to give Facebook a little bit of a nudge and say, hey, we're here. Come on, let's play nice. So look out for that for next week. If you're watching the replay and this is 5 p.m. is the middle of the night for you, then hopefully we'll catch you next week. But for me and from the rest of the team, thanks to those that have come along. It's been really great to see you here. If you're on the replay, #replay, let us know where you're watching from, and have fun using New Zenler over the next week. And we will see you somewhere on something, or we'll see you next week on office hours. Thanks very much, everyone, and see you soon.
Bye.